In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus, as well as some Tesla news, specifically on Model Y and a quick update on VINs. Overall, markets was down today, as was Tesla. Tesla was down 2.9% to $703.48. That compared to NASDAQ being down 1.9%. So let's start out with the coronavirus. I'm sure by now a lot of people have seen Elon Musk's tweet in a matter saying, quote, "The coronavirus panic is dumb." Obviously, this is a pretty difficult issue right now, and I'm not going to get into whether or not I think we should panic or if it's dumb or not. But I guess I kind of have to give y'all a little insight. I think whatever panic exists today is, again, fear of the not knowing exactly what's really happening. And as we get further and further into the coronavirus timeline, I think that the unknown factor becomes reduced as we get more answers on how fast this really is spreading and what the infection rate is, mortality rates, and progress and timelines on vaccinations. Because right now, we just don't have a lot of good information and the spread continues to happen pretty quickly. Here's an example from a CNN reporter kind of laying out the timeline for coronavirus, saying, quote, "Latest CNN reporting, 425, Minnesota reports first coronavirus case, 520, first coronavirus case in Oklahoma, 635, Connecticut reveals first coronavirus case, 718, first coronavirus case in Kentucky reported, 805, Nebraska reports first coronavirus case." So the case count in the US right now sits well above 300, which, yes, that isn't a large amount of people throughout the entire United States, but again, the fear comes from the spread. So far, the spread in the US has reached at least 28 states. US today did pass an emergency bill for coronavirus for $8.3 billion, according to Yahoo Finance. $3 billion of that will be for research and development of vaccinations, $800 million for research of treatments, more than $2 billion for Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, $61 million for the US FDA, more than $1 billion each for both the US Agency for International Development as well as local and state public health efforts, and $500 million for Medicare providers for online health services. We're also starting to see action from the individual states such as California, where Governor Gavin Newsom announcing that they have ordered all health insurance companies to waive all out-of-pocket costs for preventative testing of coronavirus and continued cancellations of large events. Most recently and notably in the last couple of days, the South by Southwest event, which was canceled by Austin Mayor Steve Adler. So while the perspectives of the disease continue to again be difficult, it is clear that there is an economic impact here. How long that economic impact ends up being is another question, just adding to the unknown. Bringing it back full circle to Elon's tweet though, in general, any sort of panic is dumb. So if you read this tweet very literally, I think it's pretty tough to disagree with that point of view because panic is really never a solution in and of itself. I've also seen a lot of prognosticating out there about whether this tweet from Elon is a hint at good news for Tesla or a hint at bad news for Tesla. Maybe Elon is alluding to the fact that, oh, the supply chain is in trouble because there's too much panic, or maybe he's alluding to the fact that the market panic is overdone because things are going smoothly for Tesla. Either one is a perfectly reasonable assessment as hundreds of others' explanations, so definitely not something I'm reading into. Now let's move on to some Tesla news. I want to give an update on the Model Y VINs today. Nothing really major. So far, we have new reports in the 700 range for VINs as well as another in the 800s. And then from somebody that used a view source method to find their VIN that actually had changed from 400 apparently into the 900s. So that method should be used as less concrete, but if that does hold up, that would be the highest right now. And then one other quick note on that method, for some reason, for some people, it did return a 2016 Model X VIN on that page. So if you end up seeing a VIN number that ends in 6813, that's probably what it is. You can always check that VIN in NHTSA's VIN decoder if you want, but just a heads up on that. And then obviously, since we did see the VIN change for this other person reportedly, I obviously wouldn't rely on that method. If you're using your VIN for any sort of paperwork in terms of lending or insurance or just for curiosity or for this VIN reporting type of stuff. And that's how we'll wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed the information that we brought to you in today's video, and we'll see you next time.